All right, some Kansas City high schoolers are earning college credit even before walking across a graduation stage.
How about that? Students at Crossroads Preparatory Academy just pitched real business plans to a panel of judges, which is kind of intimidating. But a couple of ideas will be leading to the opening of an actual school store. KCTV5's Gabby Luma shows us the impact for these students.
The presentations this morning here at the Crossroads Preparatory Academy are really a culmination of an entire semester's worth of work that turned into these presentations that could turn into real ideas.
The program called Real World Learning gives upperclassmen the chance to get some college credit while learning entrepreneurship. Students were tasked with teaming up with multiple other classmates, which some students tell me was a challenge in itself, and presenting a business model for a hopeful school store. The pitches included market research, initial and return on investment, marketing strategies, and more. One student I spoke with says though there were plenty of challenges, he feels more confident in many ways.
I was in an internship for a semester with University Health where I thought I wanted to do nursing, and it actually showed me I did not. So I opened my horizons, and I was wanting to do something better and make something of my own.
And I'm proud that their ideas were so well thought out, that they were substantiated with information and data that will allow us to take that idea and then transition it into an actual school store.
Maxwell says her and a panel of judges as well as administration at the school have already narrowed down the teams to 2, and they actually may mix both of those pitches to open that school store. That'll be in the 2026 to 2027 academic year. Reporting from downtown Kansas City, Gabby Luma, KCTV 5 News.